Welcome to the Blackout podcast, where I get to talk to amazing people who do amazing things. And today, so friggin' excited to have Stone-Léon, rapper, super awesome artist, producer. My friend, thanks for coming to the Blackout podcast today.
No problem, man. Thanks for having me.
I'm like, okay, we're doing sound check. And you know, usually like when it's time for you to leave, the other artist is coming in. This is for Music Week.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm lazy. I don't feel like packing up. But they let us put stuff behind. I'm like, let me just see what these guys are doing. Because you guys had a TV.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I need to see what the story is with the TV. Honestly, I was just curious to see the TV. And then you put on wrestling. There are people that don't get wrestling. And honestly, they need to sit down and understand that wrestling is the best storytelling happening in the world
100%,
today.
100%, bro. 100%.
Like, what the fuck? Anyway, so you had wrestling here and then you had Godzilla one. I'm like, okay, this is going to be interesting. And then the music comes on. I'm like, okay, this is dope. So, like, your set was also killer. I know, I'm just waxing on. I had a wonderful time. So let's rewind, like, how did you get into music?
Pretty much, man. Me and my friends started freestyling in high school, and it kind of just all snowballed from there. Me and Luke French, we've been friends since they were like 3 years old. The two of us, we were freestyling then. Really enjoyed it. Got into writing music from then. Everybody thought it was dope, so then we just kept going. That was pretty much it.
Yeah, no, people weren't gassing you up. The music is dope too. Like the production too is wild, and it's like, you know, nothing against new music, but somewhat like there's no essence. You know, it's like everyone is just saying whatever. Cause like wordplay is great, but wordplay with like essence is better.
Exactly.
You know, and I'm like listening to like the lines are like, okay, that's wild, but oh shit, you know. So it's like you want to go back and look at the lyrics and like, oh, what were they trying to say here? I love that when I was listening to you guys. And like, did you start rapping together right away or?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it was basically like we just freestyled and stuff for fun, just off like random YouTube beats and stuff like that. Like just dicking around when we were in high school, and then it's just like, well, why don't we actually, like, we have fun doing this, why don't we try writing stuff? And then it went from there, and then basically it was like, all right, well, if we actually want to start making music, we got no money. I can't afford to actually buy beats or anything. So then it was like, well, fuck, might as well learn how to produce.
Yeah.
And then I actually really enjoy producing. So it's just like all the steps that, like, all the skills I have now at first came out of necessity, but then now it's all like I love it all. Like,
right. Well, yeah, it's easier to, well, not easier. It's easier to buy than make, but once you make, you can keep making forever.
Exactly.
And like when with the beat making, how, like, what, I guess, software, like what apps are you using for your beats?
I do everything on FL Studio typically. It was just the first thing I got. It was like easy DAW to use, so I got into it through there, and I love it. It's just my bread and butter now.
Nice.
Well,
do you have a process when it comes to making beats and stuff?
Like a little bit. I'm like, I don't know. I thrive in chaos. So like,
yes.
Like,
you know the thing about your song, and that's the thing with there's this. I can't remember the song, but it's like you don't know when it's gonna change.
Yeah.
You don't know when it's gonna change. It's not like doom. Oh wait, this is a different thing now.
Yeah.
I love that.
And so like a lot of the beats you would have heard, like, well, from Tokyo Sayonara, that's fully produced by our homie Ghostboyrj out of Toronto. And like other than that, like all the other songs you would have heard were all produced by me. And like a lot of it, like when I'm like producing and stuff, whenever I'm making music, it's typically in my basement, which is basically the same setup that we had on stage. CRT TVs, VHS tapes, old posters, old games and shit like that everywhere.
Yeah.
And like that's what I have, like that's my main influence. So like whenever I'm working on music, there's constantly something playing on the screen down there. So like, and through that too, like I'll hear like a lot of old samples and stuff from like watching old movies, like, and stuff like that. So then that helps inspire the beats, that helps inspire the songs, the ideas for that. So like I'm an old soul. I take it all from the old films and games and.
The sampling is dope too.
Thank you.
Like I mean, I guess you just mentioned it, but how do you just like keep a bunch of samples, or do you know right away what you'll use the sample for?
Like there's sometimes I hear it and I know right away what I'm gonna use, and then other times like I could just be like I might not even be working on anything. I could be watching a movie or something, and I'll like could be a scene or a line, or I'll hear music in the background. Not even just specifically a movie, just using that for an example. But like I'll hear that and I'll be like, oh, then I'll write down specifically like what it is I'm watching, what moment it is, like and stuff like that. So then later I've got a whole list on my phone of things to go back to sample because I heard you know what I mean? Because just maybe right in that moment I couldn't do anything,
right.
But I know down the road like it's gonna be something.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So beat first or like lyrics/flow first?
Kind of all depends.
Oh.
Yeah. What it sometimes I'll start writing something first, and then I'll kind of think about what I want for the beat for that, and then go to that after, or it'll be vice versa. I make the beat, and then I'm like, I got to start writing to this now.
Right.
Like, yeah.
Right. And when do you know it's done?
You just know.
You just know.
No, I said there's this interview with The Alchemist that I watched earlier this year, and he was asked the same question. He's like, how do you know when a beat's done? And he said that a painter friend of his had said to him, he's like, you just kind of like, I can't remember the exact quote, but he's like, you just know. It's like you're looking at it, and you just you could always go further. You could always do more. But there has to be like that point where you hear it and you're like, no, like this is I don't need to I don't need to go any further than where this is at. Like I can just I'll listen through it and be like, I'll make like little tweaks and stuff like that, but I'll be like, no, this is it. Sometimes it'll sound super polished. Sometimes it'll sound like it's coming out of a speaker underwater like shit. But like I know it, but I'm like that's what I'm going for, you know what I mean? Like so it just when I hear it, I know it's done.
Okay, so and then someone that makes the beats and writes the stuff, how easy it is to like work with other people, and how do you pick the producers you work with?
I'm really picky.
I knew it.
I'm really fucking picky. Like I'm because I'm in it for the art at the end of the day. Like if I don't I'm a lot more broad when it comes to like now with like I've just opened up a lot more to just working with everybody, just because I just want to get out there and just for experience, I want to make more connections, work with everybody. But in terms of excuse me, the real music that I really want to curate and put out, I'm all about specific curation, putting out bodies of work that I'm really proud of. I like to think about every little detail behind every release that I do. So I'm super specific with the producers that I work with. When I know what direction I'm going with, I know what sound I want, and I know who can make that, and and so if I can't do it myself, I know the people that I'm going to contact to try and do that. So I'm really specific. I really care about this stuff, and if I hear you and I think you're dope, and I hear something that we can mesh well together and do, then I'm gonna want to work with you. If I don't hear it, I still want to work with you for the experience and stuff like that, but maybe the music's not gonna come out or anything. Like I said, I'm open to work with everybody, but this is gonna sound kind of cocky or whatever, but I think I have a pretty good ear and pretty good music taste. So when it comes to the things that I'm putting together and stuff like that, I'm gonna be picky's the best word that I can use.
No. I usually say it's not cocky if it's true though.
Yeah.
And for me at least, from my point of view and from taking in, the show you guys did, you know what you're doing.
Thank you.
So, talking about, being picky, how did you now pick this guy to produce the entire fucking album?
Well, Hopscotch, the local Halifax hip hop festival, I was in a beat battle. It would have been, I've been in them the last couple of years, but the first year I was in 2023, Ghostboyrj RJ came down for Toronto, and he was also in it, and we weren't up against each other in the beat battle, but I was just standing there while he was doing his round, and I heard his first beats, and I was like, holy shit, this is insane. I haven't heard anybody around here make anything like this other than myself. So I was like, I need to dive in more. So then, like as soon as he was done, me and him just started talking afterwards. And then when the beat battle was over that night, he was over at the crib, and we just started working. Next thing you know, we're together the next 6 days working. We had this whole album done almost 2 years ago.
Wow.
Sat there in the basement. He produced almost all the beats down there. Me and French are just going crazy writing, and then we just basically got everything recorded this year.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. So Tokyo Sayonara, what's the story there behind the title first, and like what was the process of making it?
So process was a lot of kung fu movies, and a lot of kung fu movies, a lot of weed, a lot of just vibing in the basement, watching old stuff. One of the big influences behind like the vibe behind the whole project kind of is like that. I say we were watching a lot of kung fu movies, but it's like that old, like the Y2K late 90s aesthetic. Like when I heard the beats, like I got like that like Tokyo 80s sound, but also that late 90s, early 2000s, like that like crunchy digitalness from like the early internet. Like that's kind of like what I felt like in the vibe of it all.
LimeWire and Napster.
Exactly. And so like that's like visually, like that's kind of like how I wanted to, like especially with the cover and everything, I wanted to play into that. And but the name Tokyo Sayonara, basically, so I've got another thing that I do is I have a list on my phone. If I hear anything that I think is dope and could be the title of a song, I write it down. So there's this Canadian like country comedy show called Letterkenny.
Oh, yeah.
So I can't even remember what episode it was on, but I watched it with my younger brother at our apartment a couple of years ago, and we're sitting there watching it, and they're talking about these different types of goodbyes, like the Irish goodbye, like I think there was like the Letterkenny leave was another one, and then one they said was the Tokyo Sayonara, and I heard that and I was like, that just sounds hard as hell. So I wrote that down instantly, and then it was like a year later, we're sitting in the basement and we're like when Ghostboyrj's making the beats and we had the movies playing and stuff, and it like I'm like going through my list and it just clicked. I was like, Tokyo Sayonara, that's what this album's called, and it just here we are.
No, it's a dope album. On the Bandcamp, there's a video. I can't remember the title of that video. It's something about food. Is it about
Combo plate?
Yeah, combo plate. Yeah. Well, so I was right. Was about food?
Yeah.
I love that.
Thank
I love
you.
that one. The video was dope. What was the story with behind the video?
We had most of like the idea, like basically all of the shots that were done on our friend's family's boat, and we had the idea, like the boat idea came in after the fact, but all the shots that we had were like, all right, well, I think we want to do some of these down by the water, and then we want kind of like some shots in like a restaurant bar seating sort of thing or whatever. And he was like, and we were talking about with him with shooting, he's like, well, hell, he's like, we can get them all done in one spot down on the boat and like down at the arm if you want to. And we're like, huh, fuck it, why not? So then that happened.
I love it. I love it so much. And I love how you guys approach, like, one thing that's evident to me is you love what you're doing, but the other thing is that you have fun doing it.
You need to. If you're not enjoying, it's hard to hear good music that wasn't fun to make. Like, you know what I mean? Like most of the music that people really love and care about, you don't hear stories about like coming out about that being like, this was the worst experience of my entire life. I hated every moment of making this, like blah blah blah. And when you do, typically those people, it's not good for them in the end. They don't see them doing much more music after that because clearly it's miserable for them to do. But so like you have to, like, if you don't get any fun into doing it, what the hell is the point of doing it? Like, I mean, it's like you for sure, like this is what I want my career to be. Like I'm fully dedicated to this. This is what I want to do. But like, there's no point in doing that if I'm not enjoying it.
True.
Like, I'm not in it just for the money. If I was in it just for the money, Jesus, I'd pick something easier than this, I tell you that much. Like, but like, that's what I mean. Like,
okay. Yeah, let's talk about the performance actually. How did you decide on Godzilla and like, was that SummerSlam?
It was King of the Ring 1998.
How did you decide on those?
The King of the Ring, it was just an iconic pay-per-view for me. I love the matches that go on in there, and I had it on VHS, so I was like, this is perfect. Huge wrestling fan, so I was like, wrestling needs to be one of the things that is on there. It's another big influence for the music and stuff like that. And then the Godzilla movie, well, the opening track on the title on the album is Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla, so I was like, gotta throw a Godzilla one up on the stage too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go to wrestling now, because I'm obsessed with wrestling, And I understand people, because everyone's like, it's fake. And I'm like, no, like, all you need to do with wrestling is just, to me, is like, pick one or two wrestlers and just follow them from one WrestleMania to the next WrestleMania.
Exactly.
It's a story. Like, I don't like now, you know, like there's the vision and see how they were formed.
Yeah.
And now they're like, it's like life is happening.
Exactly.
And then they just happen to, you know, bash their heads. But like, look at the story behind
It's the male soap opera.
I'm telling you what it is. How did you get into wrestling, by the way?
I was huge into it when I was younger, like as most little boys get into it. Like I was huge into it when I was a kid, and then like kind of fell off when I was in like middle school and early high school and stuff. But then towards the end of high school, I started getting into it like a little bit more. A lot of it too came through like the music that I was listening to, because like listening to like Westside Gunn, like he's like huge influence from wrestling. Like a lot of the music that he makes is just, he talks about wrestling a lot and stuff like that. So like just through like listening to his music, I was like, I'm gonna just start getting back into it again. Now I'm into it more than I ever was, even when I was a kid. Like when I was a kid, it was like the cool flips and moves and the entrances and stuff. That's kind of, now it's the appreciation for the stories.
Yes.
The fact that they're in there basically like killing themselves every single time. Like it's like yeah, like you said, like everybody says like it's fake or whatever, but if you look at them and you see the stuff they're doing, they're doing is not fake. Like they're like that, like you have to appreciate like what they're like.
I keep telling people the only thing fake about wrestling is they know who's gonna win.
Who's gonna win, exactly.
That is it.
That's it. Yeah.
That is it. Everything, they're bashing each other, they're hitting themselves with the chairs.
Yeah.
And that's, like, anyway, so who are some wrestlers you love now?
Oh, my favorite wrestler of all time is Mick Foley. He'll always be my favorite.
He is fucked up.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. Mick Foley will be all-time favorite.
The irony of it is he's the nicest guy.
Oh yeah. Literally like one of the nicest people on planet Earth. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever watch his his reality show with his family?
No.
It's wild. Like, I'm like, you can't. They're two different people, honestly. This guy in the ring and this guy is his family. It's like, wow. Okay, Mick Foley. Who else?
He's just like probably like my all-time favorite. Like Eddie Guerrero as well, Rey Mysterio. Like in terms of like some like current people that I like really like right now.
Rey Mysterio's son? What do you think of him?
Dominic?
Yeah.
Love Dom. He's one of my favorites right now.
He's so good.
He's so good.
He's so
Dirty
good.
Dom's one of the best heels in the game right now.
I know, and it's wild when you tell people that, you know, you're supposed to cheer for the good guy and
Yeah.
stuff. And I'm like, he's doing wrestling well.
Exactly.
Like, he's doing wrestling well because if you get the crowd to feel what you want them to feel,
Yeah.
you're doing your job.
Oh yeah.
Anyway.
Like Dominic Mysterio, Ilya Dragunov. I really like that guy.
Holy shit.
Who else we got right now? Like Braun Breakers.
I remember when Braun Breaker speared what's his name? The Revolutionary.
Oh, running down the thing, and tore him in half basically. Oh my god, dude. The videos of that are insane.
Okay, anyway. Okay.
Yeah.
If I'm going around okay, this is not a wrestling. Maybe we should start a wrestling podcast and just talk about it.
Honestly, good.
Anyway. So now Toge Sayonara is out. What are some things you're working on?
Right now, got a lot of new music in the works. Currently, we're kind of starting to finish up the first project for one of my artists under director, Suplo. It's going to be his debut project that is fully produced by me that we're going to have coming out towards the end of January, start of February. So we're getting that finished up right now. And besides that, a lot of new music in the works that I have produced for local artists like Kid Coffin, Hodder,
Oh my god,
Luke
Kid Coffin
French.
on your beat. Is that done?
Yeah, well, actually, just yesterday, Coffin just released a new EP, Smoking in Hospitals, that I fully produced. It's not like a collaboratory project between the two of us, but I produced every track on there. Yeah. We do have some collaboratory stuff coming out next year, but then me and Luke French also have another project that's just about finished that's going to be coming out. Got some new music that's produced by one of Westside Gunn's producers, Camouflage Monk, another dope producer from the Underground, Subject 5. Got a lot of stuff coming in the background.
Yeah, you mentioned director. Let's talk about it. I remember seeing those cards all over Music Week. I'm like,
Don't call us, we'll call you.
So, what's the story behind director and I guess how did you think to set director up? Yeah, and what's the story behind the name?
Basically, well, movies. I've been such a huge like big into film since I was young. My grandfather really got me into it. That was one of our big things that we bonded on. And I always knew that I wanted to start up my own independent like brand and like collective label idea like through music. And the idea, basically I thought of director because my whole ideology behind the group is we're directing ourselves towards success. So I just we're directing our own careers. So just that's where the whole name comes from. And then the whole "don't call us, we'll call you," like that's old Hollywood talk and stuff like that. So I just love to incorporate all those things into the branding and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It says "don't call us, we'll call you," and I have my phone number on the card. So it's I have that all there. So people because I think some people see that and they're like, "Oh, that's a little pretentious." But then when you see the phone number at the end, you're gonna be like, "Okay, he's kidding."
Yeah.
This is it's all part of the
Yeah. No. Oh, okay. I can't let you go without at least giving a little bit of taste of a song.
For sure.
So I'm gonna clear out. But before I do that, I love letting guests go with this question. What's something that happened before you were 17 that plays a huge role in who Stone-Léon is today?
Well, kind of what I just talked about, the relationship I had with my grandfather. It was my mom's dad, who's passed away now. But when I was younger, the relationship I had with him, we bonded. He was my best friend, bonding over films, and basically at least once a week I'm with him and we're watching a movie right up until he passed when I'm in my early 20s, and so that was a huge foundation between that and then before I was 17 is when I started freestyling with my friends. So the combination of those two things, without that I wouldn't be here doing this now. And so that's definitely
That's great. See, Stone-Léon. Actually, what's the story behind the name? You shared this. I was I need to hear it again.
So it would have been early 2020. It was during early 2021. It was during COVID. Or no, late 2020, I guess. I'm sitting in my basement. I had just smoked, watching this movie called Leon the Professional, old action thriller. I can't remember the actor's name that plays him.
Yeah, he's a French guy.
Jean something, I think.
Yeah, Jean Reno or something.
Yes, and Gary Oldman's in it too. Anyway, I was watching that movie and I was like, oh damn, this is my first time watching it. I was like, this is super dope. I was like, at the same time while I'm watching the movie, I was like, I gotta come up with a rap name. And so I'm watching it and I'm like, oh, Leon. It's kind of a dope name. And I was like, oh, I'm kind of stoned right now. Stone-Léon. It's my name starts with a C, Stone-Léon. That's it. Cut, print. This is it. Yeah.
That's
Sweet.
it.
Wrote it down. This is all right. Let's roll with it.
No, totally. Okay, and then I'll let you go with this though. You gave me magic by having the CRT monitors and the whole thing with you guys performing. The performance was super magical for me. So I'm going to let you go with a little bit of my own magic. You're going to write a number between 1 and 60.
Okay.
Any number you want. Do not show me. Once you're done, you can show the cameras.
Yeah.
And I will use my magical cards to tell you what your number is. Hopefully.
Between 1 and 60?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. And then you can, I'm looking away. You got it?
Perfect.
Okay. So these cards are my little magical cards. And your number is going to be in at least one of these cards, but it could be more than one. Okay?
Okay.
Is it here, your number?
Nope.
No. Is he here?
Yep.
Okay. Is he here?
Yep.
51?
Yep.
There you go.
Wow.
I'm gonna clear out and I'll let you do one song at least for us. But thank you for the amazing music we get. I think, you know what, maybe we should do that wrestling podcast because I need someone that understands wrestling because, I know people that watch wrestling it's something on TV. It's It's about the story, people. It's about the story. Watch it.
100%.
But anyway, thanks so much for all you do, and thanks for coming to the podcast.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. This is awesome.